That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
I'm not a conservative, but I just left the Chart Memorial, and here are my thoughts. First of all, let me just say that the memorial was absolutely beautiful. From the moment that you walked in, people were praising, singing about the Lord and about Jesus Christ, and it was so moving and it was so powerful. At times I got choking up and I started tearing up. It felt, if you could feel the presence of God there.
As expected, Charlie's wife, who everyone was feeling so sorry for, oh my god, I don't feel bad for him, but I feel bad for her. Yeah, she's also an incredibly right-wing person who's using this moment to push an authoritarian agenda against the left. Are you all gonna realize that the women who marry these freaks?
Yes, watching the whole thing yesterday, I felt different. Yes, it is extremely difficult to see someone after this pain coming out to say, I forgive you, after knowing what you did. In a long time, I've not seen this before, but people can't still stop. A lot are attacking her on social media for reasons I don't understand. Some say she's acting like she's not real. She's now the CEO. She has a lot to gain. These are things I'm seeing on social media. When I turn around, the only people spewing this are Libras. At a certain point, I get offended.
I'm not a conservative, but I just left the memorial, and here are my thoughts. First of all, let me just say that the memorial was absolutely beautiful. From the moment that you walked in, people were praising, singing about the Lord and about Jesus Christ, and it was so moving and it was so powerful. At times I got choking up and I started tearing up. It felt, if you could feel the presence of God there. And when I sat down, people started talking to each other, and I told people right there and then, like, I'm not a conservative. I'm a disagreeer on many issues that Charlie talked about. I don't consider myself MAGA, but I really wanted to come. And you want to know what their response was? It wasn't like this immediate backlash or what do you not like or why are you here? It was, that's okay. Thank you for coming anyways. Like, this is really cool that you came. And I thought that was really, really powerful and something that the media doesn't really say about people on the right. And so I really appreciated that. Now, the first few speakers were great. I can't remember all of their names, but they were excellent. I thought Marco Rubio did a great job. Tucker Carlson, amazing. And then, of course, Erika Kirk. I mean, when she said that she forgave of her husband, I think everyone had tears running down their face. It was a beautiful moment. But some things I didn't really like and I wish were different was a few of the speakers. So Stephen Miller gave a speech where he said that the left were evil, and I didn't really appreciate that. I don't think it was appropriate. I thought it was too aggressive, and as somebody there that I don't consider myself a part of the MAGA movement, I just thought that was really distasteful and not something that Charlie would have wanted or even said. Donald Trump Jr. started talking about God, which I thought was pretty disingenuous since he never talked about it before. And then Trump's speech was a campaign speech. It wasn't even about Charlie, really. And my only other thought is that I really wish they would have brought somebody from the left who knew Charlie, disagreed with him, but could talk about his character. I think that would have been really powerful and a beautiful moment for our nation. But overall, it was a beautiful service. I am so happy I went and participated in this historic event. And even though I don't agree with all of the topics And I don't consider myself a conservative or MAGA movement. I really did appreciate the acceptance and the overall vibe of people.
When I see someone like this, I appreciate them for one thing, coexisting with people they disagree with. She stated it clearly. She's not a conservative. She's not part of the MAGA movement. But just going there was amazing. I don't want to comment on what she said about Trump and others. There is something I saw on social media that triggered me. I don't know why these people do this every time. Sometimes I used to wonder if they can't even stop. When you take a look at this, sounds like she had a tone to gain and she is being performative throughout the entire thing, putting her private moment on her IG story. Meanwhile, the most hurtful tribute anybody posted was by Candace Owens. If you didn't know names, you would think she was his wife. Hmm. Erika seems like she's acting. Erika seems weird. Something is off. The woman lost her husband, had to convey to her young children their father is gone, witnessed her husband's body, made public appearances, and became the CEO of in a way. The only thing of is the people mocking and baselessly slandering Erika. That is the truth. I don't get it why these people can't stop. Allow this woman to mourn the husband. All this attack here and there are uncalled for.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm not going to be unifying with individuals who are celebrating a man losing his life for simply speaking and knowing those same people will do the exact same thing if the next person that happened to was me. I'm not going to unify with individuals who are celebrating people like myself just a few years ago losing their jobs for standing up against medical tyranny and also suggesting that our own children should be taken away if we did not subject them to medical tyranny as well. I'm not going to be unifying with individuals who chanted, if it saves even one life, but then who are more than happy to celebrate the loss of life of someone who disagrees with them. I'm not going to unify with individuals who pretend to be upset about schoolings, but then turn around and actually endorse shooting when it actually happens on a college campus. I'm not going to unify with individuals who are upset that Jimmy Kimmel had his show pulled for lying when they were actively celebrating a sitting president being deplatformed across all social media platforms just a few years ago. Honestly, doing all that makes about as much sense as...
Yes, President Trump said something that triggered a lot of Libras, like, I hate my opponent. And this man sounding like this is as a result of that. A lot of people can't even stand this. At a certain point, it is important to, have peace with every person. But looking at things now, people are divided.
Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do.
With all due respect to former President Obama, he has no idea what he's talking about. The decision to fire Jimmy Kimmel and to cancel his show came from executives at ABC. That has now been reported, and I can assure you it did not come from the White House, and there was no pressure given from the President of the United States. And how do I know that, Kaylee? Because I was with the President of the United States when this news broke in the United Kingdom. We were enjoying the beautiful and spectacular state visit that was put forth by the royal family and the Prime Minister of the UK, Keir Starmer. And I actually brought this news to President Trump's attention. He had no idea.
Its return.
Yes, few days ago, Obama came out in defense of Jimmy, accusing the Trump administration of canceling his show. Now the White House actually did something to clarify what people didn't know.
It's canceled. We don't know what the reasons are, really. It's very cloudy and murky. I don't understand what's happening right now. My industry doesn't understand what's happening right now. But what they do understand is our freedom of speech is being attacked.
But tonight, we are all Jimmy Kimmel. I still have a show, though, right? Okay, good. Yesterday, after threats from Trump's FCC chair, ABC yanked Kimmel off the air indefinitely. That is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers that don't allow him to say lies, and that if he errs, he'll go out there and apologize and clear it up. But he was entirely wrong.
If you remember, when Trump was banned on social media, this is what Kamala posted.
The FCC
want them to stop
fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well,
I don't like being threatened. I don't like people running up on me.
Entertain Americans. It's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Did anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's some drama, or at the very least some tea in and ready for Joy, Sunny, Anna, and Whoopi to give their perspectives on what happened to Jimmy. And guess what? They said nothing.
I'm going to say one.
look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show where he lies his ass off to the American people.
Well, there are repercussions to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not give a speech about
Barack Obama's black, and like that actually is a bit, no.